Hey guys, this is Rita. I'm really excited. This is my very first real video. Primitive Bob got me fixed up with a way that I could record and actually have the camera up above and hopefully not shaking too bad. This is the first iteration of that. And it's pretty cool. This we've actually got an improved version of this. I'll do another video here in a little while and show you guys how that turned out. You're actually looking at this video upside down. Well, you're seeing it right side up, but it was recorded upside down. But through the magic of Microsoft Movie Maker, it fixed it for me, and also sped it up. This is 2 times the normal speed, and boy, I gotta talk for like 6 minutes. Okay, I can do this. If you guys know me, you know I can talk. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm making Christmas cards for everybody. Not everybody, but most of the people that know me are getting these Christmas cards, and I'm doing our local birds. This particular bird is called a dark-eyed junco. It's a little small songbird. Well, I don't know how much of a songbird it really is, but he's pretty, and they fly around. They like eating seeds, so people who put seeds out will see these birds. I don't see too many of them around my house because we don't typically feed the birds, but that's okay. Anyway, he's a little bitty guy. Is about the size of like a sparrow, and they're kind of a blue-gray color, mostly gray, but with just a hint of blue in with them. And they've got this brown cap on their back. Right now, what you're seeing is where the brown is has not been painted yet, and that one may not show up until the next video. But what I'm doing is I'm painting with a product called Inktense. They're made by Derwent, and they act like watercolor, but they become permanent as soon as they're dry. And I have both the pencils and the blocks. I don't have the full set of either, but I've got a pretty good selection of them. And now you see me coloring in that brown. And when you first color it in, there's not too much, it doesn't really show up very much. But boy, you hit it with some water, and the color just pops. It really comes to life. And as I said, you do these just like you would a watercolor. Watercolor pencils, you can use the pencils like a watercolor pencil, and or you can just use your paintbrush with water and pick up the color on from the block or from the pencil. The nice thing, the reason I really like these is they do act like watercolor, but once they're dry, the color becomes permanent. So you can go back over it again and not worry about lifting the color. I know that most watercolor artists probably wouldn't like that as well, but I kind of like it. It's just something you have to take consideration for, and lay down the color that you want there, because once you put it down, you cannot lift it back up like you would ordinary watercolors. I sketched this bird out from a picture I found on the internet, and boy, thank God for Google. There's lots of pictures to choose from. This particular image was found on Google, and I was able to use it as a basis for this picture. And I sketched the bird out with just a regular pencil, and sketched out the details, and then went in with the colored pencils, the Derwent colored pencils, and lightly began putting in the details, the base color, and didn't use too much in the way of different colors. I like to keep things fairly realistic, a little bit limited on my palette. I don't want to just go in and use a whole lot. I also have to get these cards done. I think I've got 30 something of them I have to make. I've got about 20 of them made now, maybe a little more than that. And I've got to keep working on these because I want to give them out hopefully before Christmas, but I'll get them out as soon as I can. This little guy was quite the pleasure to draw, and I'm getting better at doing birds. I tell you that nothing like doing 20 or 30 of something to get really good at it. And now I'm working on their feet, on his little feet. The feet of the birds was a little bit of a challenge for me. The first few that I did looked almost cartoonish, but as I've gone through and done more, they've gotten better. And I've had a really good time with it, and I really appreciate the work that Primitive Bob did. He created this mount for my camera. The camera's sitting up above my work as I'm working. And on this particular one, I had to be careful not to move things around too much because the camera's actually mounted to the board that you see there. And what I'm doing now is just smoothing out some of the edges. As I said, once the color dries, once you wet it and it dries, it becomes permanent. But you can go in and soften up the edges a little bit. Since I'm working on cardstock, just regular plain heavyweight cardstock, I have to be careful not to wet the paper too much, also not to go over it too much. Well, I think this is the video's just about over with here, and I'm gonna say thank you for watching, and give me a thumbs up down below if you like this. There will be more videos coming. Thank you. Bye bye.